Hello and welcome to the stunning Rosapenna Hotel and Golf Resort here in Donegal for the Legends Tour Highlight Show. Here's what's coming up over the next 60 minutes. This week's official host, Paul McGinley, gives me a guided tour of the course.
You can see Donegal is a place that's certainly on the rise, and people, when they come here, they just fall in love with it.
We've all the highlights from a star-studded celebrity pro-am.
Here we go. Come on. And take two.
Peter Fowler takes on our Gaelic Golf Skills Challenge. And of course, we'll have the best of the action from the Irish Legends presented by the McGinley Foundation. The last time we saw you was in Formby for the Stayshore PGA Seniors Championship won by Paul Broadhurst.
No problems at all.
That win for the ever-popular Englishman means the order of merit looks like this as the players arrived in Ireland. But with a strong field here this week, a lot could change. Now, I can honestly say there aren't many places on earth as beautiful as where we are this week, so whether you're a golfer or not, you need to put Donegal on your bucket list immediately. Here's a beginner's guide to the area voted the coolest place on the planet by National Geographic in 2017.
So my name's John Casey and I'm a director here at the Rosapenna Hotel and Golf Resort in Donegal. So this is old Tom Morris of St Andrews, who came here in 1891 to lay out a golf course for Lord Leitrim at his nearby estate. Having seen the lands here at Rosapenna, they decided this was the place to lay out the golf course, and in May 1893 the original Rosapenna Hotel and golf course opened to the public. My parents bought the resort in 1981, so they celebrated 40 years here at Rosapenna last April, and we've developed a couple of additional golf courses since, the Sandy Hills Links and the St Patrick's Links.
This week's location for the Irish Legends event is, I suppose, the epitome of what makes this such a special area from a golf perspective. You're absolutely blessed, and you genuinely do come into a special area in Donegal for golf tourism. Donegal's
just an area where there wasn't an awful lot of tourists until very recently, so there's just a really warm welcome and everybody's really happy to see visitors coming.
I spent all my life in County Donegal, very, very proud of it. I think it's the most unique and beautiful area. National Geographic recently named Donegal as the coolest place on the planet. That's something that we've all believed for a long, long time. We've wanted to tell the world, but we now got that global recognition.
The Wild Atlantic Way is a tourism region identified a few years back as an area of real scale that we could drive more business onto the island, which is essentially the west coast of the island. There's a necklace of world-class golf courses in world-class conditions right along the entire geography of the Wild Atlantic Way. We have the highest sea cliffs in Europe in Slieve League. It is truly a spectacular setting. We have the second largest national park in Glenveigh National Park, and I suppose if anybody closes their eyes and imagines what Donegal landscape is like, that's exactly what Glenveigh National Park is set in. It's an absolutely stunning backdrop.
I just really hope that people will come and experience this for themselves, because it's something that we really want people to come and see.
Donegal, just the strength and depth of golf courses, the Irish Open in Ballyliffin in 2018, it's just really at the forefront of people's minds as a golf destination, and there's so many links courses, so much choice.
Whether you're into golf or not, put Donegal on your bucket list. It will blow you away.
One thing is for sure, you will receive the best Céad Míle Fáilte when you arrive in Donegal, and indeed the rest of Ireland, that you won't forget and wish you were going to come back as soon as possible.
The best way to fully appreciate this incredible golf course here at Rosapenna is to see it for yourself. And as we are at the Irish Legends presented by the McGinley Foundation, there was only one person who I could ask to give me a VIP guided tour. Host of this week's Legends event, Paul McGinley.
Thank you, Georgie, yes.
One of Donegal's favourite sons. It's so lovely to have you. Tell me about you growing up here in Donegal.
So my mum and dad are both from here. We've had a house here as long as I can remember. This is where I learned how to play golf, and Donegal is obviously very much in my blood, and a place that I certainly call home.
What were you like as a child?
Everything revolved around sport. I had great memories. Every time I come back here, it warms the heart.
But what do you like away from golf?
There's not a lot of time, to be honest. You know, I'm on the road, still on the road, kind of 20-25 weeks a year. It's quite a big commitment.
Well, let's talk about Rosapenna as we're here.
The history of it, Georgie, is amazing. You know, old Tom Morris, you can see so much style and class in what he did. He was so far ahead of his time in terms of golf course architecture back then that is still applicable now and is still testing now to the best players. And, you know, even if you had a main European Tour event here, this is a golf course certainly worthy of it and tough enough and difficult enough to test the best players in the world.
I'm quite staggered by how much kind of golf history there is here and how little I knew about that before I arrived.
Some of the greatest architects that have stood the test of time in all of the great places, from Augusta National to Pebble Beach to St Andrews, they've all come and left a mark here in Donegal. It is quite extraordinary, isn't it?
I feel like this is as good a time as any to just say, look at that. What, it's amazing. It's such a fantastic view.
Well, the thing about it, Georgie, is we got a 360. Wherever you look, you're going to say, look at that. You can see Donegal is a place that's certainly on the rise, and people, when they come here, they just fall in love with it.
I should just point out that I did just ask Paul what that beautiful mountain behind the clubhouse was, and he said, it's just a rock.
It's a rock.
We've got loads of them here. So we're finishing up our little tour here, driving up the 18th, where the leaders, hopefully including you, will be making their final shots on Sunday afternoon. What does it mean to you to host this tournament, particularly for the McGinley Foundation? How important is it for you this week?
It's still about illuminating this as a destination, a golfing destination, how great the golf course is and great history that it's got. And then also, like most things in Ireland, you know, you don't come for the weather, you come for the crack. And you come for the golf and you come for the bit of banter. And I think we've got all the ingredients here to you know, have a memorable week, and that's what I want, is people like you know, we're going to play to say, you know what, that was fabulous, and I'm looking forward to coming back next year.
Yeah. Already booking my holiday for next year, don't worry, it's already up here. And how important is the involvement of the McGinley Foundation in terms of being the presenting partner this week?
It's very important. You know, McGinley is a very common name in Donegal. It seems like every second person here is called McGinley. So although it's unique in England, it's not over here where there's loads of McGinley. So the money that we will keep, it's going to be kept in the community, and it's going to be also invested in a small golf project that I'm working on a course that's just across the bay there called Dunfanaghy, which is the hometown of my dad. And we're looking to improve the golf facilities there and, you know, make it open for not just members, but for guests and kids and people in the community.
Now, it has been announced this week that the Legends Tour finale will go ahead in Mauritius. So what's your response to that great piece of news?
It's tremendous, from Donegal to Mauritius. It's great. I mean, I've been lucky to be there now. I think I've done 3 times in Mauritius, no, twice maybe. And I can't think of a more beautiful place to go away on holiday, except for Donegal.
Except for Donegal. Just a bit warmer, that's all.
To go away, I mean, the quality of hotels there is just sensational. And the golf is excellent, the food. It's just a long way away, we know that, but it really is probably the prettiest part outside of Ireland anywhere in the world I've ever been.
Well done. Donegal first, Mauritius second.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't go for the weather, we go for the place, and Donegal is that place. Listen, it's great that you all made the effort to come here, and that even in these tough COVID times, we have managed to get this event up and running. So fingers crossed, the man above is going to give us some decent weather. We don't need amazing weather, just decent weather. Well,
I can't think of a more gracious host than you this week, and it's lovely to see where you grew up as well. It's lovely.
Yeah,
so thank you very much. Good luck this week as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing. Thank you.
After the break, we find out what happened when Peter Fowler tried to combine golf and Gaelic football. Plus, we'll have the best of the action from the Celebrity Pro-Am. See you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Legends Tour highlight show from the breathtaking Rosapenna Hotel and Golf Resort here in Donegal. Before we get to the best of the action from the Irish Legends event, here's what happened when Aussie legend Peter Fowler took on our Gaelic Golf Skills Challenge. Here in Donegal, golf and Gaelic football are king. And in the shadow of the Rosapenna Resort, I'm here at the Na Diniv Gaelic Football Club, where we thought we'd have a little fun with Peter Fowler. First of all, your thoughts on this area of Donegal and Rosapenna, which you'll be tackling over the next few days?
Well, Rosapenna is a great golf course. It's quite narrow, it's pretty tough, especially when the wind's blowing and raining like it has been, but the area is stunning. The beaches running along the back nine are beautiful, so only wish the sun was shining and we get in the water.
There are people swimming in the sea, even though it's not you and me, because we're not crazy However, let's just talk about the fact that you're an Australian playing on the Legends Tour in Europe. It's a bit warmer in Australia.
It is. It's in the depths of winter in Sydney at the moment, but I spoke to my family and it's between 20 and 25 the last month.
Why, Peter? Why?
I love competing.
Yeah.
And the Legends Tour over here is a great opportunity for me to keep playing with the other legends of the tour, like Ian Woosnam, Paul Laurie, and those guys. And yeah, I'm delighted to be back in Ireland to play.
What is going to be the key to winning around Rosapenna? Because it looks very tough and quite tight as well in places.
Very tight. You've got to keep it on the fairway. The rough is wet and quite long, so if you're in the rough, you're not going to do very well this week. Keep it on the fairway.
All right, I'm not going to do very well this week. Paul McGinley is the host this week. This is an area he grew up in. It's fantastic to have these big headline names on this tour hosting events like this. Would you agree?
Absolutely. You know, Paul's a famous player around Europe, especially the Ryder Cup, winning captain. It's great to have him involved, and that gets the local people and all of Ireland involved in the event.
Let's get to why we're here in the middle of a Gaelic football field in Ireland. I'm an amateur. Most of us amateurs can definitely slice, but fade and draw are things that we really struggle with and we really admire in pros. So what I was hoping you wouldn't mind doing with your clubs is showing us how you do it. And because we're in Gaelic football country and golf country, we thought it'd be really fun if you did it through the uprights on this field. Are you up for that?
Let's give it a go.
All right. How would you set up to hit a draw?
Well, I'll close the club face when I take my grip, and then I'll aim my club face at the right-hand upright, and then I'll line my body a little bit further to the right, and then I'll swing through the line, and hopefully it'll start at the right upright and swing into the middle of the goal.
All right. I say hopefully when I hit shots, you don't. Off you go.
Okay, so take my grip, right-hand upright,
OK, well, I'm a blocker and a slicer, but I'm not a fader. So tell me how you would hit a fade.
Well, first of all, you've got it. I'm going to aim at the left-hand upright here,
OK.
with the club face, but then I'm going to aim my body a little bit further to the left.
I mean, you're actually aiming at the beach.
Yeah.
OK.
And then I can just swing through the line, and it should fade in.
Peter, we very much look forward to you putting that out there at Rosapenna this week. Very good luck and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Right, let's get back to the golf. The Celebrity Series event took place on Thursday, which meant there were more famous faces at Rosapenna than the Oscars red carpet. The Celebrity Series event was the perfect way to kick off the week of the Irish Legends, as a whole host of famous faces and lucky amateurs joined the pros here at Rosapenna.
Oh, God, it's gorgeous. Well, I'm from Portrush, so just up the road, so I don't really come up here at all. So it's beautiful, great people. Looking forward to the social.
The star-studded lineup included rugby legend Keith Wood, singer Daniel O'Donnell, star of Mrs Brown's Boys Danny O'Carroll, and the winner of the first Alliance Series event, Mr Robbie Fowler.
What a place Rosapenna is. It's, I mean, I knew it was good. You see the pictures and you read about it and it looks good, but when you're here and you see it and you're playing it, it's tough, but enjoyable tough.
George, this is quite a tough tee shot.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's challenging playing a course I've never played here before.
Obviously, it's into the wind.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever done a Pro-Am.
Just don't mess it up. Over to you. OK.
Slice. The celebrities were competing for money for their chosen charities, which meant they were even more competitive than normal. It's fair to say the course presented quite a challenge, which some of the celebs rose to, and some didn't.
Right, we've got the cameras. Give me the club.
Come on, Korea.
Here we go.
Come on.
And take two. Is that a bit winning?
Beautiful.
Got a good carry today. Better than last time.
Brutal.
Should be doing better.
Enjoying it very much. We have lovely company, but my golf was not doing anything for the team.
At the end of the day, there was just one name at the top of the leaderboard, and that win for Gaelic football legend Jim Gavin means he joins Chris Hollins in the end-of-season finale in Mauritius, where the celebs will be competing for a share of a £100,000 prize pot for their chosen charities.
Spectacular location, so beautiful.
I would recommend anybody come up here to Rosapenna.
Do you know what? It was fantastic.
It's been great. Great celebrities. People seem to be very happy, and that's the most important thing.
After a successful Celebrity Series event, it was time to get down to business. This week, the Alliance Series event was running alongside the Legends competition through Friday, Saturday and Sunday, giving the amateurs who are playing the chance to play proper tournament golf alongside the pros. Here's the best of the action from this unique golfing experience.
The Alliance Series continued at Rosapenna, where a mix of amateurs and celebrities teed it up alongside the pros for all 3 competition days. A unique experience for the guests, as they get a rare chance to see the legends up close and learn so much about the game, as a fun atmosphere blended very nicely with the competitive business of playing for a prestigious title on the Legends Tour.
You get that one, eh?
It's an innovative format, Tony Johnston, twice winner on the Legends Tour, but a really good one.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic idea, and you know, it's different to normal Pro-Am format. These guys are out there watching pros under the cosh in tournament play and seeing how they go about their profession. Brilliant idea.
And as we can see here, wonderful weather for them to enjoy as they do it in the northwest of Ireland.
For an amateur, this is just a dream come true. And to see these guys and how professional they are over everything, every single putt, shot. And to be fair, they're giving me enough time as well too, and an effort to say, that puts right to left a little bit or something like that, to just give that a little bit of help. And that's fantastic.
Former Open Championship runner-up Thomas LeVay among the pros, offering encouragement to their playing companions. And great fun to mix with the celebrities as well, including sports stars like rugby legend David Humphries, Donegal's own singing superstar Daniel O'Donnell, and the actor James Nesbitt.
It's rare that I've been on a leaderboard, although obviously I'm a multi-award winning actor, but nevertheless, no, it's very, it's exciting, but terrifying as well, because this is like, you know, I'm playing with Thomas Bjørn and Paul Lowry, you know, and I'm on a leaderboard, and it's terrifying but great, and also very, very, very privileged.
The trousers perhaps a tribute to Sandy Lyle in '88. For a lot of the amateurs, playing on the Legends Tour will be a regular thing this season, not least the inspirational Mike Jones.
Seeing the resort for the first time, didn't know this part of Ireland had golf courses this crazy, and it's just a stunning place. Paul's put on an amazing tournament. We've all been treated like kings, and it's just incredible.
And for an amateur, Tony, how about this for a shot from the eventual winner of the Alliance Series, Clem McCluskey?
I think this is fantastic because there's a lot of pressure on these guys playing with the pros, and Clem McCluskey, a great friend of Paul McGinley's and a great supporter of the Paul McGinley Foundation.
Yeah, and such a pity that because of COVID, he couldn't win it in front of the crowds we'd hoped to have. We know the Irish would have really turned out in force, hopefully, for 2022. David Humphries took runners-up honours in the end, and the host's son Killian claimed 3rd place.
Just tell me about how much you've enjoyed this Alliance Series event.
Yeah, well, it's my first event. I know Paul, I know Michael McGinley, and they've been encouraging me to attend. And it definitely will be, you know, something we're going to do as a group, my friends and I, more often. It's a super format for an amateur to mix with pros, watch what they do, and, you know, try and up your game.
Playing in the Alliance Series event is something these amateurs will never forget, and we'll have further Alliance events coming up later in the season. Right, time now for the best of the action from the main event. Here are the highlights from the first 2 days of the Irish Legends, presented by the McGinley Foundation.
As well as the Celebrity Series and Alliance event, there was a host of top names at the stunning Rosapenna Hotel and Golf Resort, competing for the Irish Legends, presented by the McGinley Foundation. And although the host himself didn't quite have the week on the course he was hoping for, Tony, he almost had a moment to remember.
Yeah, how about this? He was always very accurate. On that occasion, he pulled it and missed his hole-in-one.
And he would go on to shoot a closing 67 and finish just outside the top 20. 30 years now, Tony, since Ian Woosnam won the Masters.
Amazing. And post the Masters, he spent 30 years hitting shots like that.
Former world #1 as well, and of course a winning Ryder Cup captain in Ireland at the K Club in 06. This is the American Clark Dennis.
You're kidding. How does that not go in? How does gravity not take over?
Twice it almost went in. Fine day for Paul Lawrie, the Open champion of 1999. A wonderful 63 for him in the second round, including this excellent tee shot at the penultimate hole. Thomas Bjørn here, Tony, 66 for him, and looking for his breakthrough on the Legends Tour.
Yes, we were expecting it for a while. There's a reason why he won 15 tournaments on the European Tour. He's always been one heck of a golfer.
And that 66 was one better than his opening round. Fine finish for Paul Streeter today too. This birdie putt at the last gave him a 67. But the man showing them all the way is Welshman Phillip Price. 65 for him on the first day. He followed it up by going one better with 64. Always a feat to break 130 for 2 rounds. Price has done that and so earns himself a handsome advantage to take into the final round.
Delighted with that. I think yesterday I played really nice. So you probably don't expect to play quite as well today, but managed to shoot one better.
After the break, we'll have all the action from the third and final day of the Irish Legends presented by the McGinley Foundation. See you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Legends Tour highlight show from the stunning Rosapenna Hotel and Golf Resort in Donegal. Time now for the best of the action from what was a thrilling final day at the Irish Legends presented by the McGinley Foundation.
Well, in a field not short on familiar names, some of the best known among them have found their way to the top of the standings with 18 to play. Phillip Price, the man they're all chasing, 3 strokes clear on 13 under par as he starts out in this famed corner of County Donegal. Paul Lawrie was 10 behind going into the last round of his Open Championship triumph, just 4 strokes to make up today. Thomas Bjørn is alongside the Scot on 9 under par as he chases a first win among the over 50s. Paul Streeter's been a winner on this tour before, and on 10 under he's the closest challenger to Price, who's aiming to secure victory on the Legends Tour for a 3rd time. Let's get to the early action then. And after parring the first to stay 5 under, Scotland's Ewan McIntosh hit this magnificent tee shot at the short second, on the way to going out in 33. Peter Wilson started with a birdie, then set himself up for another here on 2, which he would later follow by completing the hat-trick at the next hole. He's been telling us about his final round ambitions.
I don't think I can win. Pricey and Streets, Thomas, they're way too far ahead, but maybe a top 5 if I keep going. It's a hard lesson last week, or the week before, should I say, Formby, but still you got to learn.
A bogey start for Paul Lawrie as his legendary short game let him down badly here at the second, and he will go on to drop another shot at the 5th. Paul Streeter gave himself a bit to do on the opening hole, but did well to get up and down and stay 10 under. 2 birdies for the Englishman in the first 6, but 2 strokes dropped as well. Thomas Bjørn looking for a fast start as he sets his sights on overturning his 4-stroke deficit. And the Dane couldn't have asked for much better than this with his approach to the first. He would go on to convert from close quarters for an opening birdie. And a testing start for the overnight leader, but Phillip Price conjured up a superb recovery, leaving himself very little to do to walk off the opening green with a par 4. Price ran into much greater trouble though 3 holes later, a couple of shots slipping away at the 4th, although he's got one of them back on 6. So at 12 under, Price now leads by 2 from Bjørn and Streeter. Bit of a gap then, back to the rest. Tony, tell us about the 7th.
Stunning par 3, 171 yards over this canyon. Target green. Don't come up short. Don't go right, don't go long, and don't go left. You better be accurate.
Phillip Price was runner-up at Trevose earlier in the season. Designs on something a bit better today.
Tee shot at 7, the par 3. And dead on line, beautifully played. Ninth hole, Thomas Bjørn with his second. Not unusual to see Bjørn in the fairway. One of the great strikers of a golf ball over the years.
And plenty of history of playing well on links courses. And he will have that putt to be out in 33. Streeter finished just outside the top 10 at the PGA Seniors last time out.
That was a clever shot, using the little backstop. Well done.
Paul Lawrie has had 5 bogeys already today. Just the lone birdie at the 6th. Can he finish the front 9 well? And that sort of sums up his day so far, Tony.
Yeah, I think he thought that had no chance. Eventually it almost did, but you just get out of bed some days on the wrong side, don't you?
Now Price could get back to 3 strokes clear here, at least temporarily.
And he will be feeling a little bit nervous, Phil Price. He's been a fantastic player, but not a prolific winner. 3 wins on the main tour and 2 on the Legends Tour. The last one was the 2019 PGA Seniors Championship, so it's over 2 years ago.
It's hard to look at him and not think about that famous win over Phil Mickelson at the Belfry in 2002. I think that was the result that really summed up the surprise nature of that European win. Now Streeter's having an eventful day. He's not had a par since the 2nd, very much a mixed bag since then.
Wow. Yeah, and that one leaks by. Mystified.
Now Price's missed opportunity means this is for Bjørn to get within 1.
Fantastic putt. Boys had a brilliant short game. Had a wobbly with a putter several years ago. Said he had the demons in his mind, but that's all done and dusted.
So he stays right on the heels of Price after a nice finish to his outward 9 of 33. And Georgie has been getting the thoughts of Thomas Bjørn.
Can you enjoy the final round when you're you're the chaser today?
Well, there was a couple of holes down the front nine where I forgot that I was playing a golf tournament, but I think that's playing with James Nesbitt more than anything. No, it's nice. It's you know, it's all a bit of fun, and obviously, yeah, you come into the last day with a chance, and there's some seriousness to it. But on a golf course like this, with weather like this, it's easy to forget where you are.
News of Ewan McIntosh, who's having a day to remember. He was out in 33, a tap-in on 13, getting the Scot to 4 under for his final round. Meanwhile, Bjørn is really rising to the occasion as he looks for a first win on any tour in nearly 8 years. This birdie on 10 was followed by another at the 12th, enough for him to overtake Price, who's still over par for the day. Bjørn then 13 under, now leading by a single stroke. Now, Tony, tell us about the 13th. What a view this is to have anywhere on a golf course, and especially on a day like this.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's stunning, isn't it? It's Downing's Beach. It's 3 miles long. Paul McGinley's folks grew up just the other side of the bay. Lived there for a long, long time. And Thomas Bjørn. Not a lot of wind. that he'd be relishing links courses. He loves them.
Yeah, almost won the Irish Open at Portmarnock in 2003, a week after he almost won the Open Championship itself. Give us a bit more detail on this one, Tony.
Oh. Well, it's an old Tom Morris course, and Paul McGinley, who I spoke to yesterday, said that this, you put in a couple of back tees, this could host an Open Championship, and I don't think he's far wrong. It is absolutely stunning.
Paul Lawrie has had a birdie at 11, but he needed that after a dispiriting 39 going out.
A little bit shy with his second at 13. He is disappointed.
Doing so much work at the moment, developing young talent in Scotland. Thomas Bjørn is considered young talent on this tour. It's only his third ever appearance on the Legends, Tony.
Yes, he's been looking forward to this. I did the Open Championship commentary with him, and he's been practicing hard, and it shows. Although I think Thomas Bjørn could take a year off and still hit shots like that.
Now here's the owner of one of the great amateur careers in days gone by, Gary Wolstenholme. Turned pro at 48 in time to play at this level.
Yeah, and came out with all guns blazing when he joined the Legends Tour. His third into the 16th. Nicely done.
I think we expect a lot of Lawrie at this level. He's already had a third and a fourth on the Legends Tour this season. Doesn't look like he's going to get the win today, but he has won on this circuit before, in Scotland 2 years ago.
Birdie putt for Gary Wolstenholme at 16. And that is a department of his game that he has always excelled at. Yes, please.
Yeah, he's looking happy. A day after his 61st birthday. Now let's get back to Bjørn. Could this be the start of him perhaps pulling away a bit?
Could be. Greens are in wonderful condition. Oh, not this time. They're about 10 on the stump meter. They couldn't get them too fast because of potential wind here, but the surfaces are great. The golf course actually is in fantastic nick. He does disappoint it very well, doesn't he, Thomas Bjørn?
It's his default position, I think. But no need for that after the career he's had. This man's had a great career too. You a fan of these coloured balls, Tony?
I've never tried them, to be honest. They say that it makes it clearer and easier to see, but I've never tried them.
James Kingston signing off with a fine 65 for 8 under par, but it's Thomas Bjørn leading by 1 from Phillip Price, well into the back 9.
After the break, we'll have all the drama and excitement from the closing holes of the Irish Legends, presented by the McGinley Foundation. It's not to be missed. Welcome back to the Legends Tour Highlight Show, where it's time for all the action from the final few holes of the Irish Legends, presented by the McGinley Foundation.
Well, it looks to be a straight fight now between Thomas Bjørn and Phillip Price, but plenty to play for behind them as those in contention for high finishes close out their rounds, including Peter Baker, eagled the 16th, looking for his 6th birdie of the day on 18, and this majestic approach left it in no doubt. 66 for 9 under from the man who was British Masters champion by 7 shots at Woburn 28 years ago. Peter Wilson had finished in the top 10 twice already this season. Birdie at the last for him as well, to match Baker's 66 and join him on 9 under. Wilson poised for his best result of the year so far. And how about Mark James? Still going strong in the game at 67. He went close to shooting his age in both previous rounds. A total of 5 under sees him tie for 14th place. And Georgie's had a word with the 1999 Ryder Cup captain about the week.
What a day for this final round of the Irish Legends.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely amazing, and you can see everything for miles around. And the course is just superb.
James, twice an Irish Open champion on the regular tour. Bjørn won that title 15 years ago. And with yet another birdie on 16, he's closing in on an impressive Irish double. Price is still in with a real chance of his own, though. He birdied the 12th, and with 3 to play is only 1 behind. And look at Mauricio Molina breaking the course record, 62 for the Argentinian. 17, Tony, give us the details.
Stunning par 3, 185 yards. Flag today, 13 on, 6 off the left. And those 2 yawning bunkers, avoid those at the front.
So you would think from here Bjørn will be looking to get 1 birdie out of these last 2 and take his chances from there.
Swing that hasn't changed at all over a couple of decades. And a swing that's produced thousands of iron shots like that.
Such an eventful front 9 for Laurie. Much quieter on the way home, which he's probably quite happy about. Just the 1 birdie and all the rest pars. But overall, not the day he was hoping for.
Still got that touch of class to him there, hasn't he? Great shot in there.
I mentioned Bjørn has won in Ireland before in his regular tour days. Well, so did Phillip Price at the K Club in the 2003 European Open, the biggest win of his career.
And this is second shot into 16. Par 5. Pretty tasty, isn't it? Pretty tasty.
Well, that means he's got a great chance to go to 15 under. So Bjørn could really do with this one going in.
Good looking stroke. Oh, yes. And he gets to 15 under. And ambles away as if he does it for fun.
It's been a great duel between the 2 of them today. Wonderful quality on show. For Paul Lawrie, though, yesterday's 63 must be starting to feel like it happened a long time ago.
Paul Lawrie, putter, has been ice cold today. And looking obviously frustrated.
Now we saw the approach from Price, and what a big moment this is. This is to tie for the lead. Could be the biggest moment of the whole tournament.
Oh, that's disappointing. I think he's pulled it, and I think he knows it. But it's still a good 2-putt birdie.
Birdie, well done.
And it leaves him 1 behind, and he's still got a hole in hand. As Thomas Bjørn comes to the last. And this is where he is in 2, Tony.
Yep, just a wedge in, and I don't think there's been anybody better in the game than Thomas Bjørn with full wedges and pitches. No. Oh, a little bit more spin than he expected. It was a glorious shot. But knowing his high standards, he'd be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, he's got a putt to come here, which wouldn't quite close the door, but it would leave Price needing an eagle 3 on 18 to tie.
Pretty straight putt. I think he saw a bit of right to left in that, or maybe it broke a tiny bit. Still a little bit of work there to tidy up for his par.
Classic roller coaster stuff all the way to the turn today from Paul Lawrie. The back 9 will leave him feeling a good deal better. A clean card coming home. A couple of birdies thrown in along the way. 73 for Lawrie, who'll be hosting at Royal Aberdeen next month. As you say, Tony, still a little work to do.
Yeah, he's given it a bit of respect, hasn't he? Had a good long look at it, but I don't have any doubts whatsoever that he'll pop that in.
Yeah, he put the pressure on Price early on and stepped it up with 5 birdies in 9 holes. Improvement every day for Bjørn as 67 and 66 are followed by 65. Will it be good enough? And just confirmation there of Phillip Price's par at 17. That means he needs birdie at the last to take us into extra holes. And in order to do that, Tony, he's going to have to get up and down from here.
Yeah, like Bjørn, another man who's always been extremely good with the wedges. Oh, that's just a glorious shot. Dead on line, 2 feet short, and I have no doubt he'll pop that in. Nice crowds out there. Unfortunately, they're all volunteers. Look at that. But they've got big plans for this next year. Paul McGinley and the McGinley Foundation. They're going to have a carnival atmosphere. They're going to have dancing in the streets, food festivals. If you're going to put one in the diary for next year, make it this one, folks. It is going to be a huge amount of fun.
Yeah, I think he's looking to emulate the vibe that was created for the Irish Open at Lahinch back in 2019. Streeter, 73 to close. Never really looked today like he was going to add to the 2 wins he's had on the Legends Tour. Price may add to his 2, though. First move of the day was a double bogey 6 at the 4th, but he didn't drop any shots after that. And after being overtaken by Bjørn, the Welshman hung in. And with birdie at the last for 69, he's taken us into extra time. So 66s for Wilson and Baker see them share 3rd with record breaker Molina. But way out in front of everyone else are Bjørn and Price. 19 years after they were winning Ryder Cup teammates at the Belfry, they're into a playoff.
First playoff hole, playing the 18th, is for a birdie for Thomas Bjørn. Double breaker, but it stays above ground.
And that gave Price a putt for the title. But his effort was also off the mark. So it was time for them both to return to the 18th tee. Bjørn had 15 European Tour wins, the first of them at Loch Lomond almost 25 years ago now, looking to add success on the Legends Tour. Now they've both hit their second shots at the par 5 18th.
Yeah, Phillip Price's tee shot found the heavy rough on the right, but he's still got a short iron in, and it looks to be dead on line. Yeah. Excellent shot.
Well, that's put it up to Bjørn, but of course he's coming in from much closer range. Didn't play the greatest second shot after a very good drive.
A little bit of lag at the end of the backswing. He always did that. And he's actually disappointed, and he was renowned and is renowned as one of the best chippers there's ever been.
Real perfectionist streak about him in his game. So Price, all the pressure now back on him. He's got to get this. And now that he hasn't, Tony, Bjørn has a pretty short putt to win this.
Yeah, and the look on Phil Price's face there, I think he expects Bjørn to make this. I think I would too. He didn't win 15 tournaments on the European Tour by missing too many pressure putts of this distance, but well, it's not exactly a give, is it? It still has to be done.
And it has been done. In the year he turned 50, Thomas Bjørn, on only his 3rd ever start on the Legends Tour, is a winner at Rosapenna. And he joins the small group of players to have won on the Challenge Tour, the European Tour, and now the Legends Tour. This year's major winners, Alex Cheka and Stephen Dodd, still in the top 2 positions on the order of merit. Thomas Bjørn now in 6th, Price a place behind him.
Then the winner of the Irish Legends is Denmark's Thomas Bjørn.
And it's Paul McGinley's daughter, Niamh, on duty at the presentation ceremony. You get the feeling it won't be the last one Thomas Bjørn attends on the Legends Tour.
Thomas, congratulations. You're a kind of Legends Tour rookie because you're very young. How do you feel about your first win?
Yeah, it was nice. You know, as a sportsman, there's no greater feeling than Sunday afternoon, and it doesn't really matter where it is. I really got into it today. I recognized myself, which is, I haven't seen that person for quite a while, which is quite nice. It's pretty special winning any golf tournament.
It's been a memorable and successful week at Rosapenna. Let's hope the crowds are back next year.
That's the end of the show. From all of us here in Donegal, thanks for watching and see you next time.